holiday weekend. Overtime on a holiday weekend. You hear people coughing as they walk by. Those are niggers. I have a new saying. It's a magical word. I highly recommend you use it with your magic wand. When you say Expelliarmus, if what you really want to do is expel, you say abracadnigger, abracakike, abracadnigger. It should work. It ought to work. I was intoxicated for the first time in a very long time yesterday. And I got no interest. I no longer have any interest in doing that at all. It took over 6 months of abstinence and just one day of drinking a couple of beers for me to feel just how gross it is to become intoxicated on alcohol. So I'm done. I'm fucking done. And like, for the first time in my life, I really mean it. Like, I don't even fucking want it. So, happy fucking birthday, America. Ryan Swift is no longer an alcoholic. Well, I guess, according to Alcoholics Anonymous, I'm always an alcoholic. But yeah, yesterday, I encountered a lot of faggotry. And today, the faggots are working overtime. I managed to get something going, but it's not likely to last. I think that what the issue is that they have is stopping me from is trying to stop me from initiating a connection. Abracadabra. Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelt of elderberries. Faggot. 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 Mic check. Faggot. Mic check. Kike. Mic check. Nigger. Come here, my nigger friend. Stupid nigger. Come here, nigger friend. Nigger, nigger, nigger. You're a fucking nigger. Get the fuck away from me, you fucking nigger. He's not gonna do it. He's just gonna stand there and fucking continue acting like a fucking retard. Watch out. Okay, so I had an itinerary at one point. That itinerary was to explain the history of America. If you give me 1 minute, I'll pull it up. Weird. guess I got through. I guess I got through, huh? I wonder if they have a limited amount of You're the dumbest fucking faggot I've ever seen in my life. If my mother was as retarded as you look, I would kill myself. Why would you say something like that? The idea is to get me to become violent. I'm not going to. I'm just going to sit here and call him. He knows I'm talking to him too. He's a fucking retard, and he fucking came over here like the dumb fucking faggot that he is. Fat faggot. Can you even see your penis, you fat faggot? You jerk off using diarrhea, you fat faggot. You can't, when you get to the bottom of the word barrel, you have to, you can only proceed by using not foul terms, but descriptive, foul, like descriptive, foul, or shit. And they just, all they do is all they do is act like fucking retards.
Oh yeah, this one here. I think it's cool.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up, Charlie. Go back and lay down, Charlie. You're supposed to be sitting. You're supposed to be laying in your bed, Charlie. My neighbor, Charlie, at Army faggot, his responsibility is to simply lay in his bed at all times and keep an eye on me when I'm in my bed. Charlie and the other guy next to me, there's two Army guys right next to me. Last night, one of them was saying my name to see if I was asleep because I was dozing off, and he started saying my name to check and see if I was asleep. Now, why would you want to know if someone's asleep? There's a high probability that you're a dumb fucking Army faggot, and you're gonna fuck with someone in their fucking sleep. You're gonna fuck with someone in their fucking sleep, dude. Dude, how cowardly. I mean, you know what, actually. I mean, if what you're talking about is communism, the communist subversion of America, we could start in is there any way you could do that another time? Hey, I'm talking to you with the glasses. I don't give a shit, you fat faggot. I did not call him the N-word. He's a he's a necrophiliac. don't you
What medication are you on right now, sir?
Why don't
Mark
you-
Manor, answer the question.
Get away from me.
Answer the question.
get away from me?
APD's gonna have you answer the question.
I did not threaten him. Anyway, there was a battle. First battle, Delaware River. I'm pretty sure it was the Delaware River.
Visible evidence of water, garbage, cursing at me, screaming at me, saying I better get the fuck out of here. I'm making noise on the table. This is a common area. You're gonna explain it to the APD. You're gonna explain it to her, sir.
What are you talking?
Explain now. Hold on camera.
Okay,
Explain.
I'll talk to you now.
Sounds good.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
So, do you
None-
know what happened over here?
None of this is me. I'm just sitting here on my computer. I asked him. I was a little bit rude, but I did ask him to stop doing that because he's being distracting on purpose. All he's doing is just making a bunch of noise. He's not playing with anybody. He's literally over here to intimidate me. Like, the reason he was here is to intimidate me because he's
Did
a
he say that?
no. But he's doing it on purpose and he knows it. He's a part of a gang who's being paid to intimidate me.
How do you know that?
I have ways of knowing things like this.
Okay. So all you did was ask him to move.
I said, "Can you please do that another time?"
Okay.
Yeah.
And so after that, what happened?
He started cursing and said I called him the N-word and said that I threw water at him and
So you don't know how that happened
none of that. None of this.
because you're the only one with the water bottle. Okay, all right. See, that's what I need to get to the bottom of because it looked like somebody threw something, but I just wanted to make sure it wasn't you first.
I mean, yeah. It's. I mean, I just been. It was the noise.
Yeah,
That
the
was-
noise, and you were just trying to let him know the noise was a distraction.
And further, he was doing it on purpose. Like, further beyond that, he was doing it on purpose.
Okay.
Like, he was coming over here with the intention of provoking me. And I sat here for about 20 minutes before I said anything.
Okay.
So,
Okay. All right. Thank you.
and he was saying, "What is your full legal name?" So this is how you know. When I provoked him in return, when I got him to respond provocatively, again, he's on the list. Guys, people being paid to fuck with me. Why would he, in response, say on record now, "What is your full legal name? What is your full legal name?" Who the fuck does that? All right, so going back, okay, so 1776. On Christmas Day, 1776, George Washington Continental soldiers, Pennsylvania to New Jersey. So the Battle of Trenton was... That's a lot of people. Fort Mercer. Well, anyway, the whole thing. Okay. The battle was initiated during the night while the enemy was asleep. Correct. Okay, so around 8 a.m. Okay, so I guess it would make sense then, since America began, since the United States of America was a fundamental aspect of the development of the American project happened while the enemy was asleep. I guess it would make sense to reverse that and allow for the complete decimation and communist takeover to occur while their enemy's asleep, I guess, as a return, like 250 years later. Like, because here's the thing, here's like one of the most important aspects of all this is I am, and this is what's going to go, this is what the title of my book is going to be. I am the final American. And I kind of want to, I kind of wish I had, I'm just going to say, let's just use Grok for this whole thing, because this isn't going to last long, because I'm going to have to get up. Wow, I can't believe all that just happened, and I'm not freaking out. God must be with me on this one. What is your full legal name? What the fuck? Oh my God. Okay. I am the final American. Hey, let's keep a thread going, and I want you to give me your most honest feedback about the fact that I am the final American. What I mean by this is, I am either the culmination of an ideal American citizen. If the intention is to produce highly tolerant, culturally pluralistic and highly tolerant, culturally pluralistic, human being who has roots in a variety of socio-economic, and cultural persuasions, or I'm either the final, like a prototype, as a prototype example of true Americanism, or I am the very last person alive to possess all of these characteristics. Who is simultaneously committed to defending human rights and American freedom. There's no one like, just, let's be honest. Let's be honest, guys. There's nobody else. Nobody else. Owen Benjamin is the closest thing. And he is a flat earth shilling Jew. So, we're talking about honesty here. Let's see what. Let's dive into this thread with your bold claim of being the final American, either as the ultimate embodiment of an ideal American citizen, or the last of a dying breed defending human rights and American freedom. I'll give you my most honest feedback as requested, while keeping it grounded and engaging. I'll address both interpretations of your claim and explore what they imply, drawing subtly on your interest in historical and cultural contexts like the American history and yada yada. Culmination: if you're positioning yourself as the prototype of the ideal American, highly tolerant, culturally pluralistic, with roots across socioeconomic and cultural lines, this is a fascinating and ambitious claim. Let's break it down. What makes the ideal American? The concept of true Americanism is slippery, as it's been debated since the nation's founding. This is true. Again, while I was incarcerated, I came across another, and I almost want to, so Grok gave a nice fucking 12 fucking page response, where I'm not gonna read it all right now. It's not the kind of thing I wanted to really do. I will probably end up reading it all, but let's open up another Grok, okay? And then he threatened the fucking police. I was like, dude, I was mean and I was insulting him, but here's the thing. Like, he pretended not to hear me for the first I'm over it. Like water off a duck's back. I'm fucking over that shit, dude. I am fucking over that shit. That motherfucker. And what happened with me? I shook Michael Mellis's hands yesterday. Dude, weird fucking situation. I don't know what any of this shit means, but I'm kind of freaking out about it. It's wild. Okay, so it's the 4th of July. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day prior. It was the 3rd of July. Because my assumption is and was that liquor stores and whatnot would be closed. So on the 3rd, Thursday, I spend a certain amount of effort and time trying to procure a way to just get a little something to get to fucking drink. That's it. Everybody here is always on something. The only thing I'm on is caffeine and nicotine and my prescribed drugs. Okay, that's all I'm on. He said, "What drugs are you on?" What the fuck? That guy, dude. I don't want to know his full legal name. But I swear to God. Oh. Anyway, and there's no unity among these. There can't be. It can't be. It's got to be a battle of persuasion going on with me. Because that guy just said there were 3 things. So he came over. So I'm telling 2 different stories. I'm sorry. I'm putting the first story on pause where I met and shook Michael Mellis's hand. Okay. Just now, the story I'm telling of just what happened during this stream while I was streaming. This guy, he comes over. He's one of the many gang stalkers. One of the many gang stalkers that I have identified as being a culprit of malevolent intention. Which I woke up today finalizing a couple of things. Malevolence versus foolishness is all the same. I'm going full on and using the term avidya. It's all that it doesn't matter to me. What does avidya mean? It's a Sanskrit term meaning ignorance or delusion. It refers to a fundamental misunderstanding of reality, particularly the true nature of the self and the world, leading to suffering and attachment. It is the root cause of the cycle of birth and rebirth. It obscures the knowledge of Brahman. And it's also how close is that term to English. I've read this in a Hindu. The Sanskrit avidya is not related to evil in a direct sense. Okay, well, anyway, I read it in a Hindu education book at one point. The idea that they are related, so, but regardless, there's this old saying about don't ascribe malevolence where foolishness would suffice. And this is something I struggled with when I was manager when I was a restaurant manager, because it was always, and it's always the case, it's like I can see somebody acting out of ignorance and intentional malevolence, out of foolishness and with direct, contrived, in their mind, intentional fuckery. I can see both of those things happening, and a lot of times I can just know with like a sixth sense when it is intentional versus I didn't know. Okay, and this is how evil works. It's avidya. It's people who are evil and do evil things and do fuckery quickly revert to, duh, I didn't know. And so this guy fucking knows. He came over here to fuck with this fucking pool table thing 3 feet away from me. Which is when I started saying, that's when I started yelling at him, right? I didn't say anything. Well, maybe I did. I don't fucking know. But I was pretending, or not pretending, I was intentionally producing the ambiguity of speaking to him or to someone generally. So I wasn't actually directing my words and intentions at him until I spoke loudly so that he could hear me and to get him to respond. It was from the moment that I spoke loudly enough to...
If he approaches you and does something like that again, just immediately go to the front and let the staff know.
Thank you. His intention was because he didn't respond. He knew that I was gesturing towards him, but he didn't do anything until he had worked himself into a fit. And then in his fit of rage, in response, was not, I don't know what you're talking about. It was, everything came spilling out. And what came spilling out was all of the hidden aspects of what was going on. He said, what is your full legal name? He said, what drugs are you on? He said, because they think that I'm on drugs. The people who are the gang stalkers, they're like, well, I don't get why he, like, there's something going on. I'm not taking anything illegal. I'm taking prescribed drugs and a lot of caffeine and nicotine. That's what all this is. Well, he's supposed to be. No, I'm not. I'm the final American. In America, you need to fucking choose. You need to choose whether to defend me or to become a communist and go happily into that dark night where anything that has happened to me over the past 5 years can happen to you. Meaning what? Meaning that the criminal, psychopath, Stasi, secret police, gang stalking, organized criminals who hide in the darkness to achieve their goals, which, I mean, I posted a fucking you can just go, to my website. There's both. It goes both ways. And so this one here, bigger than Snowden, neuro weapons, directed energy weapons, mind control, targeted individuals. It's a YouTube video, and it details the fact of gang stalking. It details all the legitimate, in there are snippets from a Department of Defense 2018 cadet class where they are discussing with cadets, with trainees of the fucking military, in the military, young people in 2018. Okay, you can also look that up. The details of what weapons exist in the psychological warfare. And World War III is being fought using these weapons. Okay? And it started in 2015. Love it, hate it, do whatever you want with it. Don't be a soldier, just go be a slave. Go be a prisoner of war. Do what they say. Obey. believe in the fucking criminal system that they've invented. Go ahead. And when your children look back, like, well, what did happen? Or your grandchildren, what did happen? How did America end up like this? How did a nation where, you know, in 2005, one of the most prolific African American actors, Morgan Freeman, stated in a 60 Minutes interview, the solution to racism is to stop talking about racism. Stop evoking the concept, because there's nothing you can do about it. Nothing. At all. Fighting? They started like a... Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, what happened? Oh, no. Something happened. What happened? Oh. Okay, I was talking about Rick and Morty. I don't know how long I was gone. Rick and Morty had this episode where what's the cause of this problem? Anyway, there was this. Sorry, I try to speak quickly. There was this episode of Rick and Morty where the entire population of a planet was possessed by a hive mind, like communism, and they were living peacefully because they were all like of the same mind. And then the moment they became individuals again, they started fighting. What were they fighting over? The size and shape of their nipples. Nipples. Some people had long nipples and some people had short nipples, and they all started taking their shirts off to prove of what kind of nipple clan they belonged to. Funny. It's funny. It's fucking hilarious. What is that message? What is the message there? Fighting over race is like fighting over your hair color. Fighting over race is like fighting over your nipples. Like, are you really so committed to this idea of being a part of a group that you would you seriously? Would you seriously or sincerely, in order to prove that you belong to this group, rather than just being your individual self, right? So I'm a black person. I belong as a part of this group of black people. All black. Like, do you know how insane that is? All black people. All black people. They're more. You can't. That's too big of a group. Just like white people. Like, I don't want nothing to do with the fucking Italians. If I can be honest, those greasy motherfuckers. Are Italians white? I don't fucking know. Is it the British? Is it the posh fucking Queen Elizabeth? Little sort of tea, will you? These savages don't know how to dress a table before dinner. Like, what kind of fucking maniacal crap is that? People like the concept of aristocracy. Like, I hate Anglo as much as I fucking hate. I might try to love everybody, but like, I hate the idea of an Anglo group as much as I hate the idea of white or of, like, groups. Generally speaking, the only group that matters is human. Is the only group that really matters is human. It's how you have things like the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. Okay. So the story. Okay, so Jesus. So there's this story about what just happened during this stream, where the possibility of the police getting involved, and me, Lord in heaven, and then also the story of what had fucking happened with on July 3rd. Bizarro world, dude. And I go out and I'm like trying to. So there's this guy sitting drinking with cans of different kinds of beer in a bag. This is common for the alcoholics among us. This is common practice. I used to do it. You go get a tall boy or two or three, whatever you have money for. Go buy one. And then because you can't go to the shelter and drink, you have to fucking just sit out in the public and get crunk, because you can't. There's nowhere to fucking go. You're not allowed to have drugs or alcohol. You're not allowed to have drugs or alcohol in the shelter. So you spend your time getting intoxicated and then just elsewhere. I still can't believe that guy asked me what drugs I was on and what my full legal name is. What the fuck? Okay, anyway. I go and I'm trying to barter. Like, I'm trying, what can I do to end up with some form of alcohol to consume on America's birthday? It's a good cause for celebration. And there's a guy who offers to do an exchange. But what ends up happening was that he was trying to swindle me out of free booze. I'm not going to get into the details because it involves potentially it involves things that are not above board in terms of the 18 trillion laws that exist in America, which, by the way, let's get back to that. No, I gotta finish the story. Okay, so I'm at a place trying to procure alcohol with this random guy I met. And as we're checking out, we're finishing up. He's like in this shopping cart, put like one of those scooter fucking things for fat people, because this guy's like definitely kind of retarded, but in a like unique way. And which begs the question, like, was he, did he have a conversation with somebody? Okay, so the weird thing isn't just that I simply saw Michael Malice. The weird thing is that we're checking out and Michael Malice walks by. Joe Rogan, Michael Malice, right? Like, the Michael Malice. He's with somebody. And he walks by and I hear that signature voice. I hear it and I'm like, what the fuck? And I look up and there he is. There's his face and he's walking. And I'm like, oh my God. I fucking get like starstruck and like completely disarmed. Like I'm completely like something possesses me. Like I don't know what to do. Oh my God. And I'm like, and all I can do, because I'm like the intensity of the moment is like suppressing everything. I turn to the fucking homeless guy and I'm like, oh my God, you know who that is? And he says, yes. I'm like, wait, you know who Michael Malice is? He's like, yeah. And he's like kind of off about it. I'm like, wait, you are into Michael Malice? Really? That can't be it. That can't be it. A guy like that cannot be watching You're Welcome on YouTube. He can't be listening to the You're Welcome podcast. A guy like that, there's no fucking way. Because it's cerebral. There's a sincere cerebral element to everything that Michael Malice does. And he's a really fucking smart person. And so I like ignore the fact that this guy says, yes, I know who that is. And I'm like, well, I gotta go. And I just quickly go out and I say, Mr. Malice, I want to say thank you. And he turns around and he says, he asks me for my name, and I'm like, I just want to say thank you, you're amazing. Thank you for everything you do. Like, that's what I said to him. And he shook my hand. He was like, what's your name? And I told him my name, and he shook my hand. And it was like, I can die now. Like, I'm not ready. I don't think I've succeeded in delivering the message of hope for those who choose to hear it, and a warning for those who do not. Me, the chosen one. But the fact that I fucking saw Michael Malice in real life is just it's a blessing beyond all conceivable blessings. And it happened on the 3rd of July. And he said, happy 4th. He was like, happy 4th of July. Anyway. So that happened. And I'm like, in my mind, like in my fucking squirrely mind, I'm like, how does that guy say, like, is he just a drunk homeless guy who's like, yeah, I know who that is. Like, is it a posturing thing? Is he like posturing? Like, of course. When he's really inside of his own mind, like, just fucking retarded? Or is it he actually has heard of him and, like, recognizes him? Or is it, like, there's no way of knowing. Is there some other reason? Some other reason? But the whole fucking thing was bizarre. From start to finish. The fact that this guy was so eager to try to swindle me out of he was so eager to try to swindle me out of some booze. And again, it's, I don't know, maybe my shit is like maybe I've thought about this as well. The possibility that my shit, the shit that I'm doing online, is somehow popular somewhere that I have no fucking idea about. Because I don't get on Snapchat, I don't get on fucking TikTok, I hardly spend any time on Instagram. It's usually just Facebook and Twitter. And again, there's no way of even knowing for sure, like what, like when you click on this, you see 31 views here. There's no fucking way of knowing for sure. I mean, I'm speaking to you as a philosopher, like literally as a tech person, as a philosopher. There is literally no way of knowing. None. Not at all. You cannot look at that and believe that 31 people have seen it, or 31 people have like swiped by it on their phone. I'm like, oh, this fucking weirdo, and then for 2 seconds, and how are they compiled? Like, how is it per IP address? Is it per browser session? Is it per app session? Is it per, like, all of this stuff is I'm sure is explained somewhere that I don't even fucking give a shit, because whatever explanation is there, the fact of the matter is, the only way to know for sure if somebody has watched a video is that in real, physical, three-dimensional reality, you look at them, a person that you can smell, taste, and touch, reach out and you see them, their eyes, watching a video. That is how to count view counts. It's the only way to truly know how many eyes have been on that thing. It's the only fucking way. There's no other way of knowing for sure. Except for maybe if you say to a crowd of people, have you seen X, Y, or Z? Like, let's say you're on a stage in front of a literal crowd. Sorry for picking my nose. My nose hairs annoy me. You're standing on in front of like 25,000 people in an arena, right? You say by a round of applause, how many people have seen this video? You might be able to get some metrics that way, or like possibly the IP addresses aren't going to do it. I have, because of my technology situation, I have watched the view counts go up on my own videos by having to refresh my browser with a different IP address. And I noticed like I'll refresh the browser and the number will change. So that's not a reliable metric because I'm the one person watching it. One person can't contribute 3-4 views. Like, it's all vague and miasmic. All of it. Vague miasma. This whole fucking screen system, which is it's a toy, really. It's like the American project, and it really is. At this point in the 21st century, if you're going to have an honest approach, like engage or embark upon an honest approach to what America is, the appropriate way to conceptualize it broadly is to say that it is a project, the American project, or the American experiment. And the question is, can you bring people of every variety? Is it possible for all human beings across the entire earth to live on a tract of land under the same set of rules and principles without killing each other? That's the idea. And the thing that I wanted to, even though I'm gonna have to end soon because I just gotta the history that you know and the history that you can find tells the story. Like, okay, let's just real quick, let's say, so the founding of the nation, right? The Constitution. 3/5 compromise. Very abridged. 3/5 Compromise in 1787. So this was 11 years. So the drafting of the Constitution, which is based on the Madison Papers, like the Federalist Papers. There's a whole process that so the Declaration of Independence was 11 years prior to the drafting of the Constitution. 11 years transpired between the Declaration of Independence and the establishment of the legal framework for making America what it is. Okay? And the 3/5 Compromise was a part of the fucking debate. The debate period between the Declaration and even prior to that, because the colonies had their own individual histories, right? Like this stuff, if you think about it, if you zoom in on the timeline, you're talking about humans have a tendency to look at time in the past in a compressed, dilated, weird kind of misconstrued way, and it really it's discombobulating. Like if you think about how long is a year, how long is 11 fucking years? It's a long fucking time for an individual to experience. And let me finish reading this. 3/5 Compromise was a deal at the Constitutional Conventions where enslaved people were counted as 3/5 of a person for determining a state's population, affecting the representation. It gave southern states more power while not granting enslaved people rights. And it was the simple fact of it, that it was drafted into the Constitution, is evidence that the concept of abolishing slavery was there from the beginning. From the very beginning, it was known. It was a truly like conscious, like in the minds of the people of that time. Their minds. The idea of abolition occupied their minds. Now, whether or not certain people agreed to whatever extent that black people were lesser or equal or whatever, that's a whole different conversation. But it took another, I don't want to say only, but there were what was the first major slave freedom related conflict prior to the Civil War? It was like 1812, wasn't it? Oh, 1831. The first major slave freedom related conflict in the United States prior to the Civil War was Nat Turner's Rebellion in 1831. An enslaved African American preacher led a revolt in Virginia. They killed let's be liberal. They killed 65 white people. Fuck yeah. Targeting slave-holding families. The rebellion was suppressed within a few days, and Turner and many of his followers were executed. The uprising heightened tensions, leading to harsher slave laws. The Stono Rebellion of 1739? Okay, so this conflict thing, it was a precipitative aspect of the American project thankfully, the humane approach to this question won. It won out in 1865, or the 1860s, and it won out in the 1960s. Again, it's a permanent feature, it seems like, but it doesn't have to be a nerve. It doesn't have to be a pressure point for physical, violent conflict. There's no need for it. The United States is, by definition, by the very definition of what it was originally intended for, a pluralistic society, is by definition a non-racial, a place where race doesn't fucking matter. It has to be. It has to be built into the concept. And if race matters, if you insist on race being of having any sort of importance at all, and that includes Jewish, sorry, not sorry, this includes everybody. If anybody insists that their race matters at all, they're not American. They cannot be. Because America is, by definition, a non-racial project. Okay, I think that's a good place to stop because, and again, I grew up, and just to put a cap on, because I'm going to end up reading this myself, but to put a cap on this idea that I'm going to say what I typed again. Okay. Because I'm going to write a book eventually, and it's going to have something to do with the final American. And final has two meanings. I am either the first meaning, which is I am either a culmination of an ideal American citizen, meaning I am the final prototype, not because I'm white, because I'm white and grew up black. I'm white, I grew up black, and Mexican best friend I have black family members who have my genes and my blood flowing in their brains right now. And I spent time in a Civil War town, Lone Jack, Missouri. Spent time in a Civil War town when I had my children, Lawrence, Kansas, each of which was emphasized on both sides. Like Lone Jack the emphasis was on being racist there. Civil War, Battle of Blue and Gray, that type of shit. And then Bleeding Kansas, Lawrence being the free slave state, like free state. Like my story is fucking crazy. And it involves every fucking thing that is American. Everything. I spent my entire life studying all religions. I spent my entire life being fascinated by all the things that are pluralistic about the natural world. America. I identify as asexual, but I would love, just like Louis C.K. said, I wouldn't mind sucking a nice cock. Like I'm sexuality, gender stuff, like all of this shit. I am either the culmination of the prototype ideal American who's highly tolerant, culturally pluralistic, and have roots in a variety of socioeconomic and cultural persuasions. Or the fact that all of these things are true about me and I'm being persecuted, hunted, to be extinct and extinguished and killed means that no America. And I really do think it's up to everybody. It's not up to me. I am what I am, as Popeye the Sailor said. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do about who I am. It's a fact. It's a fact I grew up saying the N-word, and I didn't even think that it was a bad word until I moved to a racist small town in Missouri. I had no fucking idea. I had, swear to God, whenever the first person who said the N-word with a hard R to me, they called me a nigger, and I was like, why is he saying it like that? And it took me several, like, over the course, like 7th grade, William Prettyman, Joey Searing, Chris Taylor, white supremacist faggots. It took all of this for me to somehow acquiesce would be the word. It took some amount of time for me to acquiesce to the culture of Lone Jack after arriving with Tupac shirt on and my pants sagging. And then the story goes on and on and on and on and on. It's a fascinating story if you really, really care to know. But I gotta get off of here. Thank God I didn't get arrested today, huh? Happy birthday.